So in this slide, what I want to show you is I want to show you about different types of UAVs. Okay, that are your unmanned aerial vehicles. Okay, unmanned aerial vehicle means a vehicle in which there is no personnel to drive the vehicle. Means on board personnel. Okay, though the person can be on the ground station and it can control the vehicle from the ground state, control the vehicle or the drone from the ground station. Okay, but you can say on board there is no personnel to control the vehicle or control the drone. Like in our helicopters, in our you can say aircrafts, onboard personnel is there to control the flight of the helicopter or the aircraft. Okay, but in UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicle, there is no such personnel on board in order to control the flight of the drones. Okay, so there are four types of drones generally available. First one is your single rotor drone. Okay, that follows the concept of the same helicopter. Okay, that it has a rotor, single rotor at the center. Okay, powered by the engine and another rotor in order to balance the rotation. Okay, we'll be talking about when we'll be talking about the dynamics. We'll be talking about the single rotor drone dynamics also, and also the multi-rotor drone dynamics. Okay, and also fixed wing drone dynamics. Okay, so the second type of drone is your multi-rotor drone. Okay, what is a multi-rotor drone? Multi-rotor drone, you can see it has multiple wings. Okay, they are rotating in order to produce the required lift or thrust. Okay, there you can say all the rotors will be rotating in order to produce lift and thrust. Okay, then after we have fixed wing drones. Okay, we have fixed wing drones. Okay, and we have hybrid VTOL, or you can say hybrid VTOL drones. Fixed wing drones, you have seen in fixed wing drones there is no substantial wing movement. Okay, and the lift is means the lift is produced by linear motion of the wings in a you can say in a atmosphere. Okay, in means in the atmosphere means where there is any fluid substance present. Okay, fluid means in our earth air is present. Okay, so when these wings will be means translating in the air, they will be producing lift. We'll be discussing about those things, how these wings produce lift. Okay, and also we'll be discussing about the hybrid VTOL. After we have discussed or after we have learned about different types of drones, okay, and their dynamics, then we'll be modeling the drone system in MATLAB. Okay, we'll be modeling the drone system in MATLAB. Okay, you can see we'll be modeling the drone system in MATLAB. Okay, and what is the model in here? In here, we'll be modeling the quadcopter drone. Okay, we'll not be modeling the fixed wing nor the hybrid VTOL drone, but we'll be modeling the quadcopter drone. Okay, we'll be having the control. We'll be developing the control system for the drone. Okay, and we'll be connecting that to the world. Okay, world plane means any simulation environment. Okay, if you have studied about Unreal Engine, means if you know about Unreal Engine or if you know about AirSim that is available, those type of softwares provide virtual environments in order to test drones or to conduct drone flights or drone piloting. Okay, in the same way, we'll be providing a virtual environment using this MATLAB software. Okay, and we'll be controlling the drone using the drone control system. Okay, we'll be controlling the drone using the drone control system. Okay, so there are different types of controls. We'll be developing these controls, human controls, motor controls. Okay, we'll be discussing about the rotational dynamics. We'll be calculating the rotational dynamics, or also we'll be working on the development of dynamic equations. Okay, because general dynamic equations cannot be used in order to represent 6 degree of freedom complex systems. Okay, hence we have to use different or you can say modified rotational dynamic systems. Okay, also we'll be calculating the motor torque, current, okay, and the force that is generated by the motor. Okay, and the motor voltage. means the motor voltage will be the input. Okay, the torque and the force and the current will be the output. Then we will be discussing the rotational dynamics. Okay, after that, how to create this model. Okay, then also we'll be discussing the linear dynamics. Okay, we'll also be discussing the linear dynamics. The disturbances that are produced in the drone will be modeling. Okay, and also will be calculating all those values. Okay, we'll be calculating all those values that are needed in order to simulate a drone. Okay, in order to simulate a drone. Okay, any drone that needs to be simulated, they need all these systems: rotational dynamic systems, linear dynamic systems, motors, and disturbances with human control. Okay, one thing is not included, that is your pre-evaluation circuit or pre-controller circuit. Okay, we'll be developing a pre-controller circuit. Pre-controller circuit, what it does, any human control that is provided, directly the human control will not be sent to the motor. Okay, there will be a controller, and that controller will not be sending the human commands directly to the motor. What the controller will do, the controller will check the initial states. Initial state means before the human control is being means when the human control is given to the motor, what is the current state of the motor? Okay, and if the human control is disturbing the state, or if it is going for any extra means weird type of actions, means the human control will be providing any weird type of actions to the drone, then the controller will be clamping out those actions. Okay, so we'll be including a pre-controller circuit in here, and we'll be modeling the drone. Okay, and we'll be modeling the drone. After modeling, we'll be combining the drone to the drone body. Okay, remember all the equations, theoretical things are inside here. Okay, then we'll be connecting those values to physical bodies. Okay, we'll be connecting those values to physical bodies. Okay, physical bodies means you can say the 3D bodies. Okay, we'll be connecting them to the physical bodies. Okay, we'll be connecting them to the physical bodies in order to do the 3D simulation. Okay, in order to do the 3D simulation. Okay, I'll be showing you how to connect physical bodies, how to do axis transformation. Okay, we'll be talking about axis transformations and how the body and how to connect body to body also. There are different types of motions in the body, like your blades will be moving. Okay, so we have to use revolute joints and different types of joints. How the body is connected to the ground, we will also be providing those joints, and we will be creating a environment in order to simulate the drone. Okay, we'll be creating an environment in order to simulate the drone. Okay, and remember all these things we'll be doing. Okay, in MATLAB, in the final version, we'll be doing the trajectory optimization. Trajectory optimization means we'll be providing a path. We'll be providing a path, and the drone will be following that path. Okay, we'll be providing a path, and the drone will be following that path. Okay, so let us start with some introduction. Okay, let us start with some introduction how generally drone works. Okay, we'll be discussing, remember in this whole session we'll be discussing about multi-rotor drones. Okay, we'll be discussing about multi-rotor drones. Okay, so what does the multi-rotor drone consists of? I'll be drawing a multi-rotor drone. This is a multi-rotor drone. Okay, it has wings. These are all the wings or the motors. Okay, these are all the wings or the motors. Okay, then it has different direction of translation. Okay, this is X translation, this is Y translation, and this is your Z translation. Okay, remember any multi-rotor drone, okay, has a chassis. Okay, this is your chassis. Okay, and these are the rotors and motors also. Okay, and motors also. Chassis, rotor, and motors. Okay, and that they have their motion in X, Y, and Z direction. Okay, all the multi-rotor drones, they have motions in X, Y, and Z direction. Okay. Okay, and you can say the direction. The direction is always perpendicular to the chassis. All the directions, okay, remember, are perpendicular to the chassis of the rotor. Okay, chassis of the rotor. These are all the distances. Okay, these are all the distances. Distances means we can say that to this rotor, what is the distance? Okay, to this rotor, what is the distance from the center? Remember, in a drone, okay, the CG is always at the center. Okay, in a drone, the CG is always at the center. Okay, the CG is always at the center. And what we do different types of maneuvering. Okay, what are the different types of maneuvering? Maneuvering means, let's say, if this is the global coordinate system. Okay, global coordinate system. This is your Z, this is the X, and this is the Y. Okay, so drone, we have another coordinate system, that is the drone coordinate system. Okay, see, we'll be discussing about these things in detail. Okay, just let me show you how we will be doing all these things. Okay, so there is a point in here. This point will be connected to this vector. Okay, this point P. Okay, and this location, let's say this is small x, y, and z. Okay, let's say these are capital X, Y, and Z, and these are small x, y, and z. So with respect to the global coordinate system, remember x, y, and z, x, y, capital X, Y, and Z is your global coordinate system. Remember, capital X, Y, and Z are your global coordinate system, and small x, y, and z are your local coordinate system. Okay, local coordinate system. Okay, and the P, that is connected. The P vector. Okay, this P vector is what can be represented in X. How this P vector will be represented? This P vector will be represented in X I cap plus Y J cap plus Z K cap. Okay, in this way, P vector, okay, can be denoted by X I cap, Y J cap, and Z K cap. Okay, and this P vector will be having, remember, these are all the vector notations. Okay, these are all the vector notations. If I will be finding out the magnitude, magnitude means the location of P, X, Y, Z. So what is the location? If I will be writing only the location of P, X, Y, Z, then that is your X, Y, and Z. These are the locations. Okay, these are the locations of the P vector. Okay, or you can say this is the drone, means how, means from the global coordinate system. Okay, what is the location of the drone? Okay, from the global coordinate system, what is the location of the drone? With respect to the position also, we have different rotations. Okay, we have different rotation. Rotation along X. Okay, rotation along Y, and rotation along Z. And we have given different types of name to these rotations. Okay, we have given different types of name to these rotations. Okay, what are the names? Okay, what are the names that we have given? X rotation, roll. Y rotation, pitch, and Z rotation, yaw. Okay, in here you can see X rotation is X, rotation X, rotation Y, rotation Z. Okay, so X rotation is roll. Roll means on this direction. The direction conventions I will be showing you. Okay, I'll be saying you. Okay, just remember, just see how we will be deriving all those things. Okay, how we will be deriving all those things. Okay, so in the X direction roll, I am not saying you any kind of direction, because we will be using a direction convection. Okay, we will be using a direction convection. Okay, and that direction is, I can say, either we'll be using a right hand thumb rule. Okay, tomorrow I'll be on the next class, I'll be showing you how to use right hand thumb rule in order to find out the rotations. Okay, in order to find out the different types of rotations that will be needed. Okay, the different types of rotations that will be needed. Okay, so in the x direction we have roll, in the y direction we have pitch, and in the z direction we have yaw. Okay, and these are all the orientations. Okay, and x, y, z are the positions. Okay, okay, this is yaw. Okay, x, y, z, x, y, z is the position. Okay, and your theta x, theta y, and theta z. Okay, that is your roll, pitch, and yaw are the orientation of the drone with respect to the 3D frame, or with respect to the frame. Okay, with respect to the frame that we will be using. Okay, okay, with respect to the frame that we will be using. Okay, so these are the orientations. X, Y, Z are the positions, and your theta x, or sorry, phi x, phi y, and phi z, or theta x, theta y, theta z, anything you can. In here, I'll be using phi. Okay, phi x, phi y, and phi z are the orientation of the drone with respect to the coordinate system. Okay, with respect to the coordinate system. Okay, this is a global coordinate system. Remember, global coordinate system will never be changing. This is a fixed coordinate system. Okay, fixed coordinate system that is fixed on the ground. Okay, this coordinate system is fixed on the ground. Okay, or in the ground station. Or you can say, if you have a GPS, generally this coordinate system is fixed by the GPS. Okay, global positioning system. And from that GPS, your drones will be what? The drones will be carrying the information. That is, what is my orientation, what is my position with respect to the global coordinate system. Okay, it is easy. Remember, if your drone will be using the GPS, it will be good. Why? Because Earth rotates. Okay, Earth rotates, and drones fly in the atmosphere. Okay, if they will be flying nearly 4 hours, so Earth will be rotated some 2 to 3 degrees, and you can say the position in which the drones will be. Okay, that position is now, means the drone will not be present in the particular position as it was in 3 to 4 hours before. Okay, 3 to 4 hours before. Hence, the position has to be updated, and how that will be updated? From the GPS, global positioning system. Okay, we'll be talking about how to do these axis transformations and also the rotation matrices. Okay, we'll be discussing about how to do the rotation matrices. Rotation matrices means, you can say, if I want to rotate in X. Okay, if I want to rotate in X, so what is the matrix that I'll be using in order to rotate? If I want to rotate in Y, okay, then what is the rotation matrix I need? Okay, we'll be talking about different types of rotation matrices also, and we'll be talking about the Euler angles and the quaternions also. Okay, just study about these quaternions and Euler angles, such that when we'll be discussing, you'll be having no. I'll be explaining you what is quaternions and what are Euler angles. Okay, what are quaternions and what are Euler angles. But if you have seen all these things, then it is better. Okay, then we'll be talking about how to do trajectory optimization. Okay, after doing, you can say, we'll be using this axis. Remember, once the axis transformation equations are written, then you just have to put the what? Thrust and velocity formulas. Why? And thrust and your movement formulas. Okay, why? Because once the axis transformation is fixed, then we can compute the motions very easily. Okay, we can compute the motions very easily. Okay, and by differentiating the motion, okay, if x is differentiated once, then we'll be getting the velocity. Okay, if x is differentiated twice, we'll be getting the acceleration. From the acceleration, we'll be getting the forces. So once the transformations, okay, once the axis transformations, okay, are correctly or axis transformation equations are correctly set, then we can very easily find out the motions. Okay, once the motions are find out, then it is easy to compute the acceleration and velocity. Okay, it is easy to compute the sorry, it is very easy to compute the accelerations and velocity. Okay, it is very easy to compute the acceleration and velocity. Okay, so we'll be talking about those, how to calculate, sorry, how to do the axis transformation. Okay, after that, what we'll be doing? We'll be okay. After that, what we'll be doing is we'll be, you can say, we'll be creating the drones. Okay, we'll be creating the drones. Okay, and we'll be providing a location. Okay, we'll be providing a location, and we'll be using optimization algorithms. Okay, optimization algorithms in MATLAB in order to trace the location. Means you can say there will be some obstacles in here. Okay, there will be some obstacles. So how the drone will be, you can say, traveling through this obstacle, means obstacles, or how it will be encountering those obstacles, and it will be reaching the locations. Will also be seeing about those things. Okay, so we shall also be study about those things. Those things also need automations. Okay, automatic controlling. Okay, automatic control. Okay, those things needs automatic control. Okay, automatic control, how we'll be doing automatic control? By using PID controllers. Okay, we'll be doing the automatic control by using what? By using PID controllers. PID is your proportional integrators and derivatives. Okay, proportional integrator and derivatives. Okay, PID controllers are used in order to lessen out the noise in any kind of signal. Okay, PID controllers are used in order to lessen out the noise in any kind of signals. Okay, then after we'll be discussing about how to do, you can say, how to do the propellers. Okay, how to do the propeller designs. Okay, first we'll be discussing about how to do the axis transformations. Okay, how to do the axis transformation, because in modeling any kind of 6 degree of freedom system, remember your drone is a 6 degree of freedom system. Okay, the drone is a 6 degree of freedom system. Okay, the drone is a 6 degree of freedom system. Okay, and in order to model any kind of 6 degree of freedom, remember always 3 inputs are needed. Okay, the position inputs x, y, and z, and the orientation inputs theta x, theta y, and theta z. Okay, and in order to provide these inputs, okay, remember in order to provide and to automate these inputs, we need PID controllers. Okay, in order to automate these inputs, we need PID controllers. Okay, PID controllers are used to what? They're used to remove the noise from the signals. Okay, they're used to remove the noise from the signals. Okay, then after what we'll be discussing, we'll be discussing about lot of things. So just a second. Okay, so just I'll be saying you what are the softwares that you will be needing in order to do this simulation. Okay, all the software that I'll be saying you. So I'll be saying you the software that we'll be needing is just install all those softwares such that when we'll be starting the session, you have all the softwares installed and there will be no problem in order to means for practicing. Okay, remember for practicing so that there will be no problem. Install all these softwares beforehand. The first one you will be needing is MATLAB. Okay. Second one you will be needing is any CAD software. Either CATIA, Creo, SolidWorks, or any other thing. Okay, Solid Edge, Siemens, NX. Okay, you can use any CAD software. Then Python. Okay. Python you'll be needing. Okay, we'll be doing some of the things in Python, not all the things. If time permits, we'll be doing some of the things in Python. For Python, you need Anaconda. Okay. You need Anaconda. Okay, you need Anaconda. Okay. Or VS Code. For Python, you need Anaconda or VS Code. Okay. Then what you'll be needing after MATLAB, CAD softwares and Python, so you'll be needing yes, ANSYS. ANSYS is free. You can directly download. Free means the student version is free. You can directly download it from the website. Python Anaconda is also free. You can directly download it from the website. CAD softwares you have to find out your options how to download. MATLAB also you have to find out. Trial version is free for 30 days. Okay. MATLAB trial version is free for 30 days. Okay. And if you have your source, you can find out all these softwares. So get all these softwares here and yes, MS Office. Very important. That is your Excel. Because all the data that we'll be calculating, we'll be importing the data using Excel. Okay. So get the MATLAB software, have the have the CAD modeling software, CATIA, Creo, and SolidWorks. Okay. Get the Python software, that is your Anaconda. Okay. And also the ANSYS software. Okay. And also the ANSYS software. Okay.